Hello YouTube, CivilianSnowman here, and today I'm going to review Up in the Air, the new film written and directed by Jason Reitman and starring George Clooney, Vera Farmiga and Anna Kendrick. The plot follows Ryan Bingham, played by George Clooney, whose job it is to jet around the country and fire people in the middle of the recession. And he's basically doing his job because he likes it, and also he's trying to rack up 10 million air miles as well, which is his kind of own personal goal. However, when Anna Kendrick's character comes in and says that, look, we can do this job from like the home office and do it over the internet and stuff, he has to try and prove to her and the company that doing it in person is really the only way to do it, and it's kind of a battle of wits as well. And meanwhile, because his whole philosophy, he enjoys being on the road so much, his whole philosophy is that your personal stuff, like your personal baggage, like your relationships and everything, and there's a really long speech in the trailer which is very brilliant. He believes that it all weighs you down, and believes that the only way to live is alone, you know, and do it that way. And so he meets Vera Farmiga's character, Alex, who he basically falls for. So it's basically this guy who's very kind of set in his ways, having to confront a changing world, and you've got that represented by Anna Kendrick's character bringing in the internet to his work, and his own kind of personal world as well, which is when he falls for Alex. So it's a very kind of intricate plot with lots of different characters, but it is fundamentally a simple drama. Okay, first things first, Jason Reitman's writing and directing in this movie is absolutely brilliant. This is the dude that brought us Thank You for Smoking and Juno, two films which I really enjoyed, but Up in the Air is without a doubt his best, most well-rounded, well-realised film. He just does it really well. Everything that he's done well in his past two movies, he does perfectly in this one. And although some people have said that Up in the Air is practically a remake of Thank You for Smoking, which I can see that argument, they are very similar films, I do think that Up in the Air is far superior. And I think that Jason Reitman's actual writing and his dialogue and everything is just absolutely spot on. For anybody who's seen the theatrical trailer for Up in the Air, you will have heard George Clooney's motivational speech about how to isolate yourself, basically. And it's so well written that while you sat there listening to it as an audience member, you kind of think, like, maybe I should live like that, you know. But it's absolutely brilliant. It's honestly a very well-written film, probably one of the best scripts of the year, to be honest. The thing that really kind of elevates this film to greatness is the acting. Everybody in the film, especially George Clooney, just gives flawless performances. They are all absolutely brilliant, and this is one of the reasons I enjoyed 6 Feet Under, the TV show, so much, is that all the characters in this film, in Up in the Air, feel real. You know, they don't feel like cardboard cutouts, no pun intended, and you'll know what I mean when you see the film. They all feel like real, genuine, multi-layered people, and to be honest, it's been a long time since I've seen a film that actually contains character arcs, you know, but in this film, all the characters go on a journey and end up at their kind of logical destination, even if it's not where you expected the characters to go. You know, they do go to the right place, if that makes any sense, but it wouldn't work if the actors weren't absolutely brilliant, and they are. George Clooney's performance as Ryan Bingham is just so honest and personal. You really feel for the guy, and it's been a while since I've seen George Clooney actually act, because I think that since Out of Sight, he's essentially played the same role over and over again, and especially with the Ocean's trilogy, which it literally was the same role, but the same type of character, you know, a kind of one-dimensional hero, you know, plucky hero kind of person. And in this one, you feel like he's kind of like a seasoned professional, you know, who's kind of having to confront his own demons, and it's just a very honest performance. And there are moments in this film that are absolutely heartbreaking, and some of these may be minor spoilers. There are scenes in this where George Clooney has moments of realisation, just how empty and pathetic his life really is, and they are absolutely heartbreaking. He really sells it to the audience. you really feel like you realise it with him, you know. There's a scene where he meets a celebrity as a result of a subplot, and meeting this celebrity has been one of his dreams, you know, one of his goals, and when he meets them and talks to them and sees that they're, you know, full of the same bullshit small talk pleasantries as everybody else in his life that he claims to love at the beginning of the movie, he realises just how shallow and meaningless it is, and how it really doesn't mean anything unless you've got somebody to share it with. And it's just astonishing, and I could go on for hours about George Clooney's performance, but I won't. But I honestly think he deserves an Oscar nomination this year, because he's just absolutely brilliant in this movie. The surprise of the movie for me has to be Anna Kendrick. Now, I've never seen Twilight, but I know she's in it, and I've heard that she's pretty, you know, shit in it. But then again, with Twilight, the material's just not there. But in this film, she's really, really good. And when you meet her at the beginning of the movie, you think you know exactly what her character's going to be. You know, she comes across as being one of those cliched, predictable, cardboard cut-out characters. And then over the course of the film, she just feels real. Like, everything that happens to her and how she reacts to it and the places that she goes in this movie, they just feel so organic to the story and the universe, and just so realistic. She does really well, and she really conveys emotion and manages to kind of hold her own in a scene with George Clooney. And not only that, but the two actually have really kind of genuine chemistry. And she's not a love interest by any stretch of the imagination, but they have like that kind of friendly rivalry chemistry going on, but it feels just so real. Vera Farmiga as Alex. Now, there's a character that I thought I wouldn't like when watching the movie, but the way she reacts to certain situations and stuff like that, I just kind of grew to love her over the course of the movie. And while one of the plot twists put me off her, you know, I thought for the most part she was a very, very good character, and kind of you warm to her over the course of the film. And again, there's a character that doesn't go the way you expect. One of the really good things about this film is that in some of the scenes where you see people reacting to being fired, and it billeted throughout the film, some of those people are real people who were fired in the very recent past, you know, and Jason Reitman put them in the film to give it that feeling of honesty and that sense of realism, and it works really well. And it's quite heartbreaking to hear them speak and see them react, because it's genuine. They've been through it. They know exactly how it was and how they felt and how their emotions were running haywire, and it tugs at the old heartstrings a little bit. So I thought that was a really nice touch. So all in all, I think that Up in the Air is an absolutely brilliant movie. It's without a doubt Jason Reitman's best. Now, I've enjoyed his two past movies, but this is his best, and shows that he is a director and a writer to look out for in the future, because he's obviously destined for great things. So his direction is brilliant. The performances by everyone in the film are all flawless. I cannot think of anybody who sticks out like a sore thumb. Everybody does brilliantly, and they all feel like human beings instead of characters. It's really remarkable what they managed to do, and how everybody managed to bring their A game to this movie. It's just fantastic. It's very well written, very well performed, and it's just one of the most well-rounded films of, well, it came out in America last year, so it's without a doubt one of the best films of 2009, and I highly recommend you see it. If I have to give it a rating, I'm going to be, you know, going to be kind and give it 5 stars, right, because it's just fantastic. It's a really nice surprise of a movie. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. I absolutely loved it, and highly and wholeheartedly recommend it to everyone. So Up in the Air gets 5 stars from me. I hope you've enjoyed this review. So this is CivilianSnowman signing out. I'll see you later. Bye.